Another hard-fought SEC game. Thought Kentucky competed really, really hard. Having our two freshmen, I thought was really proud of them. I mean, they played hard, and then some freshman things came up in about a 6-minute period, and their experience kind of won out. But I was really proud of our team. Really, really devastated about the loss. Our team is, but give Kentucky credit. It just seems like one guard on these other teams just go and have these huge nights. One guard. Tonight it was Reeves, 27. Mosley had 25. And so really kind of that 12 media mark to about the 8 media mark. We had a couple possessions. I think missed a layup. Miles would have dunked it, but it would have been 3. But the rebounding, they only got 9 offensive rebounds. You get more offensive rebounds than Kentucky, then you felt that you've done a good job there. Our assist to turnover was terrific, 18-8. Really, the game was the free throw line. They shot 23 and we shot 10 and outscored us by 11, and we get beat by 9. So it really was the free throw line.
Overall in the second half, what do you feel like was kind of the biggest culprit other than, that sequence of events that you just mentioned?
I thought it was about a 4-minute stretch. 4-minute stretch. Reeves just made shots. He's the only guy made a 3 on their team, and he made 6 of them. And, Wheeler's experience, he got downhill. I thought we did a really good job on Shebway. We trapped him and did a good job with him. The assist to turnovers was great. First half, we struggled getting back and getting our half-court defense set. But give Kentucky credit. Played good. They played good and just had one guy have a real special night. Topping played good. So they got a good team. Good team, played well. I thought we played well. We did. We just didn't shot and make for a period of time. But a good college game. Appreciate our students coming out. I know the weather was really kind of bad throughout North Mississippi and in Memphis and Arkansas. So it was great to see our students there tonight. Our players really appreciated it.
Obviously, Ruffin's news announcement came out a couple hours before the game. Just kind of what's your message with the rest of the guys kind of about this and just moving through the rest of the season?
We didn't talk about it at all. We love Deshaun. I love his family. We're going to give him great support, during this time until he joins Ole Miss basketball. He's still part of it. He loves Ole Miss. He's just going through some tough times as a young player, dealing with a lot of different injuries. But we've played without him a lot, with his injuries. So, but I was, without him and Matt, your 2 leading scorers and your 1 and 2. I was excited. I'm really excited about the development of our freshman guards. I mean, they'll go be freshmen. A couple, you see it, but they really got a great chance.
Kind of going off of that, you mentioned after Oklahoma State, the following day you were going to sit down and talk with Deshaun. What was that conversation like, and how do you feel like he kind of handled things with?
Yeah, he's just honest. He loves the coaching staff. He loves Ole Miss. Met with him and his family. He's just in a place that he wants to get better, just mentally and through his injury, and just he is. He's just an honest, got a great heart about him. And like I said, we love Deshaun, and it's a great relationship. Like I said, we're just going to be there and support Deshaun and love on him and help him in any way we can on and off the court.
Kermit, how close is Matt right now? And in a game like this, how much did you miss all the things that he does for you?
Oh, gosh. If you, get a game like Reeves or one of those guys, that he's capable of doing, I think he's real close. I think he plays on Saturday, and he's worked like heck in rehab. He and Andrew have done a great job. And so Matt's been a really, really durable guy at Ole Miss. He really has now. And he plays through aches and bruises. So, yeah, Matt's doing everything he can do. And so I would think unless something happens that it'll be a great chance that Matt will play against Vanderbilt.
Kermit, Coach Cal was in here kind of going to bat for you. And one of the things he said was, I guess when you were without players, you've lost 10 of 11, that this is where real coaching happens. Do you feel the same way about that?
Yeah, I told my wife the other night, Betty's been with me for 40 years and a lot of games. And I said, sometimes, Betty, you look up and only when maybe you've done one of your better jobs. And I'm not trying to, trust me, I'm not egotistical at all. Staff's involved with that. Just kind of getting through some difficult things. It has been for 2 years, We hadn't had a lot of great luck happen with Ole Miss basketball, So, But the league is unforgiving, and there's great coaches just like Cal, and whether it's Jerry Stackhouse, they just keep coming, and really good teams. So I'm just proud of our players, proud of our staff. We're working at it day and night. Like I said, I feel for two people. I feel for the players, and I feel for our fans. That's the two people I feel for. And we want better than what's going on at Ole Miss. I know our effort is fine, but the effort needs to be fine all the time. And, it's just it's something that we got to keep grinding and going to work. And I appreciate the fans supporting our players tonight. They appreciate that a lot.
What does it mean to you to have the support of an opposing coach like John Calipari?
It's great. I have a lot of respect for Cal. There's a lot of really good coaches. And I don't say this because maybe he said some nice things about me, but I always thought he was one of the most underrated coaches in college basketball for so many years. I've said it. Just because he's been able to have great recruiting classes, but he managed those guys, and he coaches them, and he demands, and they keep him accountable, and he has these first-round picks that can average 8 and 10 points a game, and they buy in. So, yeah, I'm a huge fan. Like I said, there's a lot of great coaches. Cal's one of the very best, and what he is too, he's one of the most caring people out there. You just kind of follow him about his care for older coaches, his care for community things that happen in his state. I mean, he's a great ambassador for college basketball in Kentucky for sure. But, we all fight the good fight every night. It doesn't matter if you're the coach of Kentucky or Ole Miss or Alabama. You just do it. And, I always say it, one of the greatest honors for me to be the coach at Ole Miss. And I feel that way every time I wake up. And we're going to keep fighting it and keep our head down and work.
Talk about just the great game by, Antonio Reeves, but, scouting this team, and you look at Oxford Sheboy, was he kind of at the top of the list as comes to kind of game plan?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's unbelievable, and I can, he just gets double teamed. People hit on him all season long, so I know it's got to be a wear and tear. We doubled him every time. Early on, he caught it. But Reeves has kind of changed their team over the last couple weeks. We did a good job on Fredericks. He's another good player, didn't score. So if you'd have told me Oscar got what he got and Fredericks didn't score, I think we win the game, But Reeves just had this special night, and he made a bunch of shots and some great plays, and so give him a lot of credit.
Any more questions?
Thank you, guys.